Okay, Michael Maschetti, Science Schools Initiative. Carlos Guzman, Science Schools Initiative. Valerie Boss, Science Schools Initiative. Tendai Watkins, also Science Schools Initiative.
What do you want to say?
Okay, would you raise your right hand so I can swear you in, please? You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and to answer council member questions honestly?
I do. Yes.
Thank you. Who would like to begin?
I'll begin.
Okay.
Good afternoon, council members and staff. My name is Michael Maschetti, and I'm an elder law attorney and executive director of a 501c3 not-for-profit organization called the Science Schools Initiative. I was born and raised in Queens. I am a graduate of Stuyvesant High School, class of 2002, Fordham University, and the CUNY School of Law. I have come here today to speak about my passion, teaching algebra to 12-year-olds on Saturday and Sunday mornings. In 2006 and 2007, I founded the Science Schools Initiative with a fellow Stuyvesant High School alumnus. Having privately tutored for the specialized high school admissions test for many years prior, we set out to start a program targeted at families who could not afford high-quality preparation for the SHSAT, but who had children with the potential to do well on this exam with 8 to 10 months of tutoring. All of our tutors are graduates of the specialized high schools and have had years of experience preparing students for difficult exams. All of our tutors have had the unique experience of preparing for this exam at 12 and 13 years old and know how to inspire kids to attend their alma maters. Former council member Robert Jackson, Mr. Drum's predecessor as chair of the Education Committee, had a daughter who attended the Bronx High School of Science. When we met with council member Jackson in 2007, he immediately shared our view that there are as many intellectually gifted students on 177th Street as there are on East 86th Street. Councilmember Jackson helped us obtain space from Columbia University Medical Center, where we have held classes for the last 7 years. He also helped us print our books and gave us substantial discretionary funding every year that he served on the council since 2007. We have since received funding from council members Idanis Rodriguez, Mark Levine, and Melissa Mark Viverito. These funds have been the lifeblood of our small but determined tutoring organization. This past October, we finished 2 programs with 40 students at our Washington Heights location and 30 students in Brooklyn, where we tutor students at the Brooklyn Tech Alumni Foundation STEM Pipeline Program. Because we draw students from neighborhoods that are composed of predominantly African American and Latino families, the overwhelming majority of our students are African American or Latino. Every year, at least 41% of our students have been admitted to the specialized high schools. Although we are a small program, every year African American and Latino students who participated in the Science Schools Initiative program have entered Stuyvesant High School, the Bronx High School of Science, Brooklyn Tech, the High School for American Studies, and the High School for Math, Science, and Engineering. In addition, we have learned that our families need extensive support to guide them through the screened public high schools admissions process, so we now spend almost an entire year educating our families on this complicated high school admissions system. Our focus is on getting kids into, and more importantly, preparing kids for, top public high schools where we know they will succeed and eventually move on to top colleges. While we educate students and their families on high school admissions and teach students reading comprehension, logic, time management, and study skills, the majority of our program focuses on developing our students' understanding of mathematics so that they are prepared for the rigorous mathematical problem-solving skills demanded by the SHSAT and by the specialized high schools themselves, which are most all specialized STEM schools. Over our 8 to 10 month program, we provide advanced enrichment for students who want to soar, and we identify and support students who need extra one-on-one and small group tutoring support or even testing accommodations. Our program is very long compared to most private test prep centers because we need the time to look at what kids have learned and address their fundamental deficiencies in essential academic knowledge. One year we were invited into a school which was forced into a turnaround model because of low student performance on the state math and ELA exams. We spent Saturdays providing enrichment to the honors class at this school in Norwood in the Bronx. What I saw at this school was shocking. These students had 90+ averages and were bright students, yet they struggled to do simple arithmetic problems, like adding 2/7 and 4/9. These students were not being challenged in a way that matched their innate level of high ability. Even more troubling, the students and their parents did not know how far behind they were from middle school students in other parts of the city. Math is a particularly sequential subject. If you do not master a concept in the 4th grade and no one addresses that knowledge deficiency, that deficiency will haunt you as you struggle in the 9th grade and throughout high school. I believe that math is a subject where many kids begin to fall behind, feel stupid, and lose confidence in their talents and abilities. Middle school math is particularly critical. This is when students learn about algebra and is when many kids begin to approach a point where their cumulative knowledge deficiencies become too great for most of them to overcome. Diversity is a very important goal, but it is also important that we do not set up students for failure. The reality is that there are many middle schools throughout the city that have no students who are prepared to do the type of schoolwork demanded by the specialized high schools. In 2004, only 2.1% of African American public school 8th graders and 2.8% of Latino 8th graders were high-performing scorers on the state math exam. That's from the Department of Education website, by the way. This is appalling, and it receives virtually no attention. We need to support all students who have high academic potential. Instead, we focus most all of our attention on preventing dropouts and focusing on not leaving any child behind, leaving families to fend for themselves if they have an intellectually gifted but unchallenged child. The city government should make a decision that additional academic support for academically gifted students is important. I implore you to focus greater resources on supporting extracurricular academic programs in underserved communities. I have learned over the last 7 years running the Science Schools Initiative that there are hundreds of students and parents in Upper Manhattan alone who are thirsty for a rigorous extracurricular academic program, but such programs are few and far between. Kids want to be supported but also challenged. Preparing for the specialized high school admissions test is a way for students to strive to improve their academic abilities. I ask each of you to stand up and support additional educational opportunities and to vote no on Resolution 442, which is a false solution to a significant educational problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.